share what's up to Batman.
What's up?
Well, here we are. The last night of the year. And the first of these video logs. I don't know if this will even reach you. But if it does, I hope you get something from it. I have never made an entire movie before. And I think that's what makes this a curious thing to do. So the idea really is to show you as much as I can, or at least document as much as I can about the entire thing from start to finish. I don't want to say vlog though. I'm going to say video log until I come up with a different name, hopefully a better name. I want to start with literally just the idea and writing, because I just got the idea, and so I'm just starting writing. I think there's a Stephen King quote, almost certain that I read it, in his book on writing. And he says something to the effect of like, amateurs wait for inspiration, and the rest of us get up and go to work. I don't know how long it will take, but my goal is to get it done by the end of 2025. This is currently the last day of 2024. I think I exposited this video with that statement, but I'm not sure if that's true. But to get it done this year, and this is getting it done as somebody who's never done a feature-length film before. I've done a couple short films and I've done YouTube videos, but this is a much larger project. You know, I've done, 7-8 minute videos. That's a big jump to get from there to over an hour. But I don't think it's that much more work. And I'm sure that there are people who are probably laughing at me as I say that. Or just, maybe not even laughing. Maybe they just think that I'm an idiot for saying something like that. Yeah, you definitely have to aggregate that, right? Like it takes day after day after day, but you can only do so much in a day as it is. And like with short videos, with short films, with YouTube videos and stuff, it takes a lot of time. Well, for me it does anyway. It takes a lot of time to get those videos done, but they end up being, 5 to 7 minute videos, and then you start the next one. Well, if you've done 10 of those, you're up to 50 to 70 minutes. So you're getting there. And that's over the course of, of weeks and months. So why not just take that same amount of effort, but then put it into something that is longer form, that has a story that goes through all of those. And that's much more of how I'm looking at it. There are probably a lot of people who don't see it that way, but I kind of don't care about that. Like I'm paying attention to people that I kind of look up to as filmmakers, and a lot of those guys are people who have done more than they were told, or more than you might think that they could do with what they had as far as resources, including time and money. You don't know when that inspiration will take place. Sometimes for me, there's just a little spark of curiosity, like just something that leads me to ask, what if? Like, what if this, what if this? That's what happened this morning. And it came on the heels of shooting some video last night, and it was a video of someone. Actually, I'm not going to talk about what it was, but I'll try to tell you what it reminded me of. But even then, I'm not going to really give it away. Sorry for being so nebulous with this. Actually, I'm not sorry for being ambiguous here. I'm not sorry for being vague. That's the right word. I'm not sorry for being vague because I don't want to give away what my idea is, because I think it's a good idea. I think a lot of ideas are good ideas that just aren't. But I think this one is actually good. But it reminded me of a scene in another movie when they transitioned, rather, from one scene to the next. The device that they used to get from place to place, from character to character, setting to setting, and not even just that, but from time period to time period. It was so clean, it's absolutely rewarding to watch. It's just, the payoff is great. And when I looked at what I had shot last night, it reminded me of that. And then I asked the question this morning, well, what if you used that to jump around the entire movie? Like, that's what to me, it almost seems like a gimmick, honestly. Like, I don't know a better word for it, or device. It seems like a gimmick or a device. Regardless, it's what I want to use for the basis of the entire story, of all the actions that take place. And as I kind of played it out and described this to someone else, they thought the same sort of thing. I don't spend a lot of time like plotting things out. Maybe I should, but I'm not really interested in plot as much as I am in story. Like, I'm much more interested in story. So unless I absolutely have to do it another way, I will usually write when I'm on a walk or when I'm in the shower. As disconnected as those two things may seem. I'm not sure if they are actually disconnected or if they seem that way too. I'm just going to assume that they are. That's the only thing I will assume at the moment. But as disconnected as those things are, for whatever reason, they just put my mind in a state where I answer a lot of creative questions and come up with a lot of ideas. When I'm on a walk, especially when it's warm, when it's sunny, and definitely especially if I'm sweating. Like, that might sound stupid, but it's just the way that it is. Like, the warmer that I am when I'm walking and the more that I'm kind of in that space, I think that I just forget about other stuff, maybe, and my brain just processes those things. Like, it's not a dream-like state, you know, but it's definitely that flow state that you hear people talk about, and things just spill out. You know, with writing, it's one of those things that usually I just kind of make up as I go along and then put it together in a way that kind of makes sense. But I've only been doing that for YouTube videos. I don't have a lot of experience writing things that are longer form, which to me adds to the absurdity and the challenge of trying to do an entire movie by yourself, because I have to come up with those things. It's easy to think that I could improvise the entire thing, but that's also kind of delusional. I find that out when I put myself in those positions, and when I do something on my own, I can just knock an idea down and then try something else and knock an idea down and try something else until finally something kind of sticks and it works, and shape it that way. When you're giving it to another actor, it's pretty much the same process, but you have to make sure that you've done that before you hand it to them. And again, like seeing that behind the scenes sort of stuff, seeing that raw, unedited kind of dirt, you know, that stuff that's unflattering. That's the stuff that I've been so afraid to let anyone see. You know, I've been so afraid to let anyone see what it's really like. one of the things that I definitely need to work on, not just as a filmmaker, but person in general, although I think it goes together with this because I experience it there too, is this sort of fear that the people that I work with, you know, they're just going to find somebody who is better than me at what I do and just kind of run off and do projects with them instead. Like that just permeates so many aspects of my life. There are a lot of fireworks happening right outside right now because it is midnight, 2025. It is officially 2025. So officially, Happy New Year.